Fuji is unlike any other company currently residing on our flat earth dome that we find ourselves inhabiting, as Fuji autofocuses on it much like a pony would stalking a zebra. They find themselves wondering what lens to make next, and often they go to the jungles of Peru to drink mixtures of magic mushroom potions and ayahuasca to find their spirit animal within. It doesn't always work. Maybe not listen to the leopard on this one. 18mm 1.4, let's talk about it.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So this video is going to be what is known as a compliment sandwich. I will compliment Fuji, and show my love for her, and then insult her new lens in hopes that they send me one to review to change my mind, and then I compliment it in a future date. It's a sandwich. So I've been around the block. When it comes to cameras, I've tested almost everything. I own some of the best systems, and with Camera Canada's help, I've tested many others. I got a good CI for this. Oh man. With 100% certainty from all the cameras I've tested, the Sony a7S III over on my left, the Canon R5 when we had it in here, Panasonic S5. My favorite system, hands down, is the Fuji XT4. It's got everything I need. I love the look. I wish there was some custom button dials, but there's not. I like the lenses, they're cute. I love it. In Thailand, I went to a store. We tested the Fuji XT3 with the 16mm 1.4, which we're on right now, the XT4. And I fell in love. I was like, this is my system. It just felt right, something about it, even though I hadn't seen the footage yet, and I wasn't allowed to take it home. I literally filmed the back of the LCD for that review. That was a review, a good one of the best. Every time I compare a camera next to the Fuji, unless it's an Olympus, let's be real with ourselves here. The Olympus is the only one that holds her own. Fuji destroys it, or near destroys it. So lately I'm like, you know what, let's go all in on Fuji. I love Fuji, so I bought the 23mm Tony 1.4. We got the 18mm Tony 2. This was the lens, the secret lens in the Sennheiser review, by the way. I was like, ooh, I'm on a new lens. I just wanted to test it. That's the lightest lens for the system that's viewable for vlogging distances. Don't look at me 27mm, you're a geek. So when it comes to this 18mm 1.4, it's just such a strange release. We're on the 16mm 1.4 right now. Technically, with the 1.1 times crop of the digital stabe, you can't do that during, oh, that could have been so dramatic. I was already in it. We cropped out now. Now we're on the 16mm. Oh, I'm a moron. I'm so bad at my job. How am I allowed to do this? So now we're on true 16mm. We were on 17.6mm with the digital stabe. Going back to him, there we have it. And now back to me. There's not a lot of difference. So the two problems with this release, one, it's barely different from the impeccable 16mm 1.4. And you already had a tiny cute 18mm. This complements that lens. That's why I bought it. This is technically better for vlogging, better look. It's wider. You gotta stop it down. It's too much tone. Too much is a good problem to have, and then you're in control of it. The power must be used responsibly. But this is so light that it's actually fun to vlog again. Just much like the Panasonic with the 15mm Leica. That thing is cute. Similar cuteness as Fuji autofocuses. Oh God, I broke my glass. It had water in it. I needed that. I feel so dehydrated already. It's close. Oh, that's the lens cap. Why am I doing this? Nobody's learning anything. There's something about really light gear that just makes it fun. Marcus Pix, you know the deal. He loves it. He loves using his little like Panasonic G1s or whatever those are. Like they're so tiny that it brings a fun factor, even though the footage is gonna look like a hobo shot it blindfolded. I don't mind it. Not his, mine. That sounded like an insult. I'm bad at my job and my friendships. Oh boy. So let's switch to this 18mm. I have a funny story about how I got it. Then we'll do a little dumpster vlog outside as we talk about where does this thing stand, the 18mm 1.4, between these twin sisters here. Pay attention to the dramatic focal length change that's about to happen. Wow. Oh, what a difference. This is worth buying. You know what's funny? The only thing, I was now allowed to change to a proper shutter speed with Tone 2. Look at us. We're using Black Pro Mist filters on both, but the 16mm had the 1/4. This has the 1/2. Is it too dramatic for our own good? Are those lights just blooming hard? In a good way. Here's without the filter. That cuts down on the light. Wow. Zebras show up. Very interesting. Wow. Half and half. Oh, why am I doing this? Oh, Fuji, what are you doing? So quick little story about how I got this lens, then we go outside, talk about whether or not the 1.4 version of this focal length is worth getting over the tiny boy or the 16mm. So I see this lens on Kijiji for $390. I'm like, that's close. That is close to enough. I offered him $350. He said yes immediately. That brought up suspicions. I should have said $320 or something. I didn't. That's on me. I go to his house. He has everything. He had the hood. Sometimes this doesn't have the hood. That's annoying. I get there. He has the hood, but he doesn't have the rubber cap that goes on the hood. And anybody who knows this lens knows that this hood, you can't put the cap on. There's no way to get it in there. I was like, you know that I have to buy a new hood now. I'll give you $300. He said no. So I just bought it for $350. I sulked in failure on my way home. But I took a picture of Casa Loma on the way home. It was glorious. I stopped it down to 22 because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I realized I should have probably got some of that in focus. I suck. So now every time I use this lens, I have to take the hood off, then remove the cap, hood back on. But to add insult to injury, now that I have the Black Pro Mist filter, I can't put the cap on, then the hood. It's too thick for this pinchy hood. So we're lost. I can only have the hood or the cap. I'm cheap. I could just buy a secondhand hood. I realize it. I've seen it. It's $50. That brings the cost back up to $400. All right, let's go outside for a dumpster vlog. It's time. Dumpster vlog engaged. This is the content we need. So 18mm, if you get it out on a nebula, that's decent. It's like a wide lens, kind of. Digital stabe, doable. So this 18mm, you gotta ask yourself a couple questions. Do you need the wideness or the barely in a bit of the 18 versus the 16? I think the 16mm is gonna be sharper. It's 5 grams heavier, that's nothing. It has a focus clutch though. And it can get a little bit closer for the macro life. I'm just not sure why they worked on it and why they brought it. Like, you had a 16mm, perfect lens. You had the 18mm that complemented it, tiny and lighter. Tony 2, it's almost. There's still, like, it's almost too blurry at Tony 2. Like, for an actual vlog that's not in the dumpster, you don't want to blur out those dumpsters. You want people to know you're at a dumpster when you're at one. 2.8. It's doable. Still separation. That's all we need. A little bit of separation to let me know I'm not shooting on my mom's old LG flip phone. I love the way Fuji brings out the blue in the blue dumpsters. It's just something to behold right there. So the 18mm, you're between a rock and a hard place on that one. You should chop your arm off so you can leave. You ever see that documentary? You're stuck between a boulder. Oh no, I'm gonna chew my arm off. Why'd you do it? Just end it. What's the point? Is that 1/2 Black Pro Mist filter like too insane? Is everything bloomy and weird? Or is it dreamlike in its abilities? Wow. Fuji Canada is gonna send me the 18mm. I don't know why I didn't get it on launch. I got the XS10 on launch. I did a good review on that thing. People are still watching it. Why? Get me in on the release. So when I do get it in, I'll compare it to this lens and the 16mm, and then we'll see, because maybe there's an advantage somewhere. It's like, oh wow, The 18 has this magical look, different colors, better highlight stream of highlight. I don't know what lenses even do. If it's me right now, the debate is between the 16 and this one. Do you want the lightness of this or the extra tone and closer focusing distance? They're both loud. That's one good thing about the 18mm. It's now smooth, linear. What happened? I heard a squeak. Did you hear it? Can you hear it? I put the shotgun mic on. That can't be good. Oh, buyer's remorse. For dumpster-related street photography, I think you might even prefer this. Not only is it smaller than the 18mm 1.4, but you want a bit more in focus. You want to get your dumpster and the pylon, if possible.
In this miraculous dumpster street shot, I draw your attention to the upper lid of the dumpster. Even though your eyes are naturally drawn to the contrasting colors of the pylons off in the distance, I quickly rearrange your sight to the important piece, which is the lid of the pylon, just to the left of everything you'd want to see. I realize I said lid of the pylon, and pylons don't have lids. I hope nobody caught that, but this shot is something special that I'll look back on every Thanksgiving, probably.
Why the hell have I been in Tony 2.8 for so long? Get back where you belong. Bring it in a notch. There's your vlog. So, I don't know. I would wait till my review, and then we see, is it worth it? We'll find out. So, let me know what you thought of my stuff today. Half Pro Mist. Buying a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. Subscribe for more videos. Yeah,